Our homeowners are pretty much 50-50 on their decision-making process. So about half value the contractor's expertise. Like, yes, you know what you're doing. Yes, you've been here for a while. Absolutely influential, hands down. The other half appreciates the contractor's guidance, but they still want to do their own research. So you can provide to them like, hey, we've done the research for you. Some will appreciate it, but most are like, thanks, I want to do my own. So that's the first thing, is just being aware that homeowners are not just relying on your word. They want to figure it out for themselves as well.
This is the Snowball Effect. You're listening to the Marketing Playbook series, presented by the Snowball Effect podcast. It's growth done right.
Hey, this is Todd, and welcome to the Snowball Effect. This is our Marketing Playbook series, and I've got a real industry expert today in the home service industry here. I have got Cindy Nuredin in from Modernize. Welcome to the podcast, Cindy.
Thank you, Todd. It's good to be here.
I want to get to know you just a little bit, Cindy. So tell me a little bit about yourself and mix in something interesting that maybe, normal people don't know.
Absolutely. First and foremost, I'm a mom. I have 3 kids. I work from home. So Modernize is based out of Austin, Texas, but I work from home, and not just thanks to COVID. I've actually worked from home for about 6 years now, and I highly enjoy it. It is extremely motivating for me. So even though I am a mom, I have to wear 2 hats at all times, because when you do work from home, there's never really a stop button like when working at the office. So I find it extremely fun.
So tell us a little bit more about yourself. What's something interesting that the everyday person doesn't know about you?
The everyday person, some people might know actually, and I don't mean to get dark in any way, but last year, because I am a mom and that is my life, my middle son was 4 at the time. And he was actually involved in a lawnmower accident, which it had left his right foot basically cut in half, and some toes were missing. And so 3 surgeries, blood transfusion, all of the works that come with an accident like that happened last year. And I went back to work a week later, still recovery mode. But
wow,
a lot of people don't know that I had to balance that on top of just like regular work life stuff. So
that's incredible. And you're not kidding when you say it's a talent to be able to unplug and to plug back in work mode, especially when you're dealing with things like that. And wow, that's amazing. How's he doing now?
He's fantastic. He is playing soccer, going swimming. Yes, he's doing all the things, probably a little bit faster than before, to be honest.
Well, I am curious on something that you're really passionate about. I would love to know something that you're super passionate about. And Cindy, what I'd like you to do, I want you to pitch me on why I should be as passionate as you.
Todd, I think you might be a fortune teller, because we've already kind of talked about this a little bit in the few minutes that we've been chatting, but work-life balance. I don't think it's a hard sell to anybody, really. I believe that communication is key to work-life balance. I believe that you need to be clear and efficient in anything that you do. I had asked ChatGPT, how does a baby always look so happy, in that moment? Like, they're just in their world, in their zone, always happy. And the answer was they live in the now. They don't worry about 5 seconds from now, 5 minutes from now. They are in the now. And so I have made it my life mission to live in the now. So when I'm at work, I am absolutely killing it at work, but it can become overwhelming. You get email after IM message. Like, it's a lot, in this space, especially as a marketer, it's a lot. You're getting hit from sales, you're getting hit from leadership, You're getting hit from everyone and from everywhere. So I've actually mastered the art of using GIFs to communicate, because it kind of breaks the silence of just this mundane text back and forth and the please and thank you. And so I like to send a funny GIF.
A good GIF game is like knowing a second language, right? Like it's a skill. Let's talk marketing, Cindy. Ben, just a little bit, just quickly, a little bit of your marketing journey, like what brought you in here, just to give everyone a little bit of a feel of some of your marketing experience.
Yeah, absolutely. I have been with Quinn Street as a whole for almost 5 years. I was with Quinn Street prior to the Modernize acquisition. Once we had acquired Modernize, I fell in love with the dynamic of the team, which is how I ended up on this side of the fence. Prior to Quinn Street, I do have a marketing background. I was the marketing manager for a cybersecurity company. I was a one-man, wear many hats kind of show. So much like any marketer in any job, there's a lot to be done to properly market, for your industry. So that's where I came from. Prior to cybersecurity, I was working for Florida's largest credit union, also in the marketing department, doing community events. So I feel that now, today in 2024, almost 2025, kind of come full circle moment for me.
What would you say are some of your marketing specialties?
I have a knack for a lot of things, Todd. I mean, it's hard to pick just one. But I'd like to say that my people skills are top notch. I am great at relationship building, and I believe that you need to be a relationship builder in any title that you may have. Relationship building is key to a successful business, period.
Okay, I want to get in and help those marketers out there that work for home service companies. Does a lot of work with home service companies, connecting customers with home service brands. But help me understand just a little bit, one of the biggest surprises that you've come across or that you see that marketers come across when trying to be a marketer in the home services industry.
Without hurting anybody's feelings here, it's difficult to really understand the homeowners in the home services industry. Homeowners are very complex. And I feel that if you are in the B2C space, Modernize, we kind of have the upper hand because we're B2B to C. So we get both sides of it. And I think when you are promoting yourselves as a contractor, B2C, not that you forget, but it's easily underrated when it comes to homeowners, how they're feeling. Homeowner A, homeowner B could be wanting the same roof replacement, but their personalities, what drives them, their motivations, their availability, they could be completely different. So to be able to really market to your target audience depends, and you need to be extremely versatile, and you need to be digitally savvy. You need to be out there. You need to have resources for multiple personas. And I think that the biggest marketing surprise to tie all of that together is basically to understand how critical the homeowner could be.
You bring up a really interesting point there. How do you get in the head of homeowners, especially when you've got such a diversity of personas, and anything that you do to try to put yourself in their place so you can speak their language, you can speak to their pain points? Color you'd add there?
Yeah, I would say that I've been hearing a lot of speed to lead, be the first one to get to the homeowner. You'll close the deal, conversion rates will increase. And yes, that is true. But I also feel that you can't underestimate the power of communication. You have your foot through the door, you did your speed to lead, but once you're there, once your rep is in the door, you can't just be another checklist. You have to be able to listen to the homeowner, open yourself to that empathetic side of what are they going through, what challenges are they facing outside of a Windows replacement or solar installation. There are a lot of factors that go into the homeowner, and you need to be able to empathize with them, hear them out.
I think that's well said. And you said a word there that I want to kind of double click on, which is challenges. Yeah. What are some of the challenges that you see, Cindy, in marketing in this space? Maybe some of that does overlap with the diversity of personas and really empathizing and listening and communicating well. But are there specific challenges that you see as someone that's been a marketer in this space for a while?
Yeah, definitely, Todd. I think that standing out in a digital landscape is extremely challenging for marketers. Everyone is bidding on the same keywords.
Right.
Everyone is going to the same events and posting the same content, essentially, So it can become very bland when you're looking at it that way. You want to stand out digitally. And I think that homeowners they're inundated with ads, reviews, emails. I mean, there are so many people reaching out to them at any one time that you could be easily forgotten if it's like a set it and forget it type of marketing strategy that you have. You need to be extremely specific with your drip campaigns, with your ad targeting. And then I'd also say that the presence that you have online, it should directly resonate with a clear, compelling message that is specific to that homeowner.
I really like that. And I find that as a challenge too. I would love for you to offer our audience some practical tips, some things they can take right now and use them to improve their marketing when communicating to these homeowners. Do you have one or two like really good specific things that you could share with our audience?
Yeah, Todd, I actually have 5 if you're wanting.
Even better. Let's go through them. All right.
thing number one, every business is different. So you want to keep in mind, and I'm also going to do a little plug here. Modernize released their 2024 Homeowner Insights Report. So the information I'm sharing with you is not pulled out of thin air. This is information from over 150,000 homeowners.
I love that. And this is a report that Modernize generates every year, right?
Correct. Yes.
Great. And what exactly are they trying to pull? Or what insights are they trying to pull from this report?
Anything from the motivations of the homeowner, what is motivating them, to their availability, days of the week, times of the week, to why they would select one contractor over another, even some financing and budgeting, basically high level overview of all things homeowner and their mindset. So pretty much everything I've discussed with you today is trends and insights from this report. And everything that I will say after this is
being pulled. And I'm going to jump the gun here just a little bit, but how can people access this latest report from Modernize?
Absolutely. If they go to modernize.com/pros, there is a contractor resources tab, and in there it will be under ebooks.
Perfect. So marketers out there, if you're running a moving company or a solar company, or you're marketing for a roofing company or a kitchen remodeling company, and you want to get inside the head of your customers, your homeowners, so go take a look at that. Thanks for offering that resource to our audience, Cindy. So what are some of these takeaways that you'd like to distill from some of these insights?
So again, number one, we're going to go back to that. Number one is that our homeowners are pretty much 50-50 on their decision-making process. So about half value the contractor's expertise. Like, yes, you know what you're doing. Yes, you've been here for a while. Absolutely influential, hands down. The other half appreciates the contractor's guidance, but they still want to do their own research. So you can provide to them like, hey, we've done the research for you. Some will appreciate it, but most are like, thanks, I want to do my own. So that's the first thing, is just being aware that homeowners are not just relying on your word. They want to figure it out for themselves as well.
They're an empowered customer base now, right? With a lot of tools at their disposal. So some of them just want to get out there, roll up their sleeves and dig in and do some research themselves.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And it's funny that you're bringing this up about research tools, because tip number 2 is that you should be offering research tools. You do not want to send them away. You want to reel them in. So you're not exactly telling them what it is that they want to hear, but you're providing them resources that they could figure it out on their own. But you, the contractor, would be like the centralized key holder of that research, So create, publish comparison charts, cost calculators, interactive tools, something that would help the homeowner on their journey.
That's fantastic. Instead of just unleashing them onto the wild world of the internet and saying, okay, good luck, go hunt and gather this yourself. You're basically giving them a nice path to simplify that for them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's fantastic. So what are some of these other insights that you've gleaned from all this research?
There's a lot more, so I'm only going to scratch the surface with it. But I believe that simplifying the process of reviewing and selecting products and materials. I know myself as a homeowner, I'll request a quote. These guys come in and the salespeople will tell me flat out, Todd, they're like, I have to be here for at least 2 hours. I'm like, I don't need you here for 2 hours. Just give me the pitch, speed it up.
So they're going to want to be there and just hunker down and try to turn this into a deeper relationship, or they're just trying to give them a little bit of that feeling. Back in my automotive days, I worked at a company that sold services to automotive dealers, and their big thing was get them in a test drive. And then the longer you can keep them there, the higher the close rate type of a thing. Is it that kind of a sense that you find sometimes some of these contractors or some of these salesmen are trying to do, is if I hunker down here, they're more likely to stick with me?
I think that's the concept or the process that their corporate has provided to them. But Todd, it's nothing like driving a test car drive. Like I'm not going 90 miles an hour on the highway trying to feel like, does this feel right? I don't want to hold like a mock window for 2 hours and you convince me that this is the window I need. I know if I need it or not the second, you give me your pitch. I think it's more of, if you're having a natural connection with somebody, with a contractor, and that relationship building is happening, which it does happen, then okay, 2 hours will fly by like nothing. But if I'm required to sit here because you have a checklist that you need to physically go in to prove to whoever that you were here, I'm not interested. You no longer have me.
And you're just overstaying your welcome. And
Exactly.
yeah, that absolutely makes sense. I love that. I love that. So take me through some of these other tips. This is really compelling.
Absolutely. Kind of tying into offering research tools, we're going to say that you want to educate your homeowners, and not just with research tools. Content is king or queen, depending on your titles and your preferences there. But creating content that's educating them in regards to, yes, the research, but the actual installation process. What does that look like? How many people will be in your home? Like, just giving insights into what the entire project would look like, from research to installation to post. Anything at all that would benefit them, because the more that they know, the more involved they feel, then it feels like a true partnership. It doesn't feel like a sale.
Just leading with education and giving them the resources that they need. You're a guest in their home. You're wanting to offer a service to their home. What else do you think that people can take away?
Yeah, so I have two left that I would like to talk with you about, Todd. And so one of the two is to offer content. Again, I'm sticking with the content and the education because it is very important, and it is what homeowners are wanting. You want to highlight past successful projects. So you want to be able to have some type of testimonial or completed project portfolio, something that showcases the before and the after. And to take it a step further, if you're able to have a homeowner referral, like where your homeowner has a phone number with that completed
Now you're
project.
speaking my language.
I would love to be able to call Susan in Illinois and be like, hey, Susan, how'd your windows pan out? That would definitely guarantee a sale if you're able to generate some type of process like that. Final thing is to be transparent. Majority of homeowners that are going with certain companies and sales reps, it's not because of your pitch. They don't like pushy, unprofessional people. They don't. So if you're there just to be there for 2 hours to check off a checklist, like, it's not going to happen. You want to be transparent with them. You want to listen to them and cater to their needs, not your script.
I'm sensing this common thread all the way from how you market, the things you value, to the insights that you're given, and so much of it comes back to this ability to communicate and this ability to connect, right? Let's review those 5 just to summarize those for me. Walk me through really quickly those 5 in summary.
Okay, so starting with the first, definitely check out a Modernize Homeowner Insights Report. That was the prelude to this. First thing, offer research tools, whether that's comparison charts, interactive tools, anything research related. Second thing is to simplify your process when it comes to reviewing materials. That's a big one. Third is to educate your homeowners based on the process from start to finish. Fourth is to create a word of mouth process that includes testimonials, before and after photos. And then the last one would be to be transparent.
I love it. So marketers out there, if you're not doing those 5 fundamental things, then rewind this, write them down in a checklist, and look over your marketing material, look over your processes, and make sure that you're delivering on those things. Because Modernize has the data that shows this is what people care about. Now, I want you to look down the road just a little bit for me, Cindy. You've been in this industry long enough. What are some of the trends? What are some of the things that you see should be aware of?
I'm going to share 2 perspectives. Again, Modernize is B2B to C. So I'm going to share the B2B, and then I'll share the B2C.
Love it.
So from B2B, I would say that creating experiences that establish credibility and foster long-term partnerships are going to be key. So events, conferences, in-person or digital meetups with other thought leaders, other like-minded individuals where you can sit down and talk about the industry and what's to come and what's happened and where are we going, all of the things. I think that that's valid today, and I think that it's going to be even more so coming into 2025. Just being able to network and share experiences is always going to be key, but I have a really strong feeling that partnerships as a whole is going to snowball into a
Thanks for the plug. All right. That one's gonna make the cut for sure, just so you know.
Well, I stand by what I say. I really do feel that,
That's awesome.
It's gonna snowball into something bigger. And then from the B2C side, very similar. I feel that the relationship building, that trust building, being at at the homeowner events where homeowners are, and you can give your 2-hour spiel in 2 minutes with your demo and your windows and whatever that looks like. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a big one. And then just offering those digital online resources and information is going to be huge.
Oh, that makes so much sense that with all the technology, all the marketing tech out there, with all the AI, that as you look down the road, you see a marketing world that is still very human. And there's just a beating heart to it still, whether that's at conferences or connecting or partnerships. Am I reading that right?
I would say yes. I mean, digital is taking over. Don't get me wrong, Todd. I would much rather order my groceries online and have them delivered than going. But there's something about that, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And it has worked, obviously, for so long. I don't see it going away anytime soon.
I'm with you. Now I want to ask for some advice as a marketer. I want to ask some personal advice that you could give to maybe a young version of yourself or some of the up and coming marketers out there that are working for a home service company. What advice would you give?
I'd say that great marketing, not just marketing, but great marketing starts with empathy for the people that you're working with, for the people that you're targeting. I think that everyone needs to show a little compassion to just humans around them, understanding pain points, motivations, and bettering those around you. So whether it's your colleagues or your target audience.
The ability to empathize in an increasing disconnected world, I think is something people crave like oxygen. So I love that. All right, now I want to pick your brain about Modernize. You've been so gracious just sharing all your experience and these practical insights. Now, help me understand, what is it that Modernize does and what makes Modernize different?
Absolutely. So Modernize Home Services is a marketing services platform. We are a lead generator in the home services space. And the way that I personally like to advertise ourselves, we're the matchmaker between the homeowner and the contractor.
I love it.
How we're different. There's a few different ways that I would say we're different. I'd say that our team internally holds the power of clear communication and follow through. So our clients, they have some of the best ideas in the world, whether it's trade specific, zip codes, whatever. They have amazing ideas, and our team listens and our team delivers. They work together to produce the results that they're seeing, which is why we are one of the biggest in the space.
I love that. If somebody out there works for a roofing company or a siding company or a kitchen remodeling company, maybe they're a marketer or an owner or something like that, and they want to see what else Modernize can do to help them out, what's the best way for them to reach out?
Yeah, so I'm going to give you options. You can either email modmail@modernize.com.
Modmail@modernize.com.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep. Or you could go to our website, modernize.com, and you can fill out a form. You can call us directly from there. Up to you how you want to do that.
I love that. And that's Modernize with a Z. Is that right?
Correct.
Awesome. Love it. Cindy, this has been fantastic. I was hoping to get a couple insights, but you didn't just keep us at this high level stuff. You gave us some stuff that we could take away right now. And so marketers out there, if you want to take your marketing to the next level, you want to be able to connect with homeowners, reach out to Modernize and they'll help you out. And in the meantime, utilize those 5 steps that Cindy shared with you to take your marketing to the next level. So Cindy, thanks so much for joining the podcast today. Sure appreciate it.
Thank you, Todd.
All right. Thanks, everyone. And we'll see you next time on the Snowball Effect.